What's up, fellow Sambarians? Oh, sorry, KJ. So, I've been getting asked quite a few questions about the old exhaust I pulled off the van for the heart exhaust that I made for the car show. This one. So I am going to reuse it. I'm guessing people wanted to buy it, but I'm going to be reusing this one and putting it on my blue Sambar, since this one has an exhaust. Can't really do anything with the red van, but the other Sambar, my blue KS4, we're going to put it on that one. And it's got the blue tips, kind of matches a little bit. Let's check out the... Oh man, that's sick looking. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting it on the blue, this Sambar right here. Check it out, check it out. So this blue Sambar, my lifted apoyito. So I'm going to just do a little installation of that exhaust, removing the bumper cover, removing the exhaust system, and yeah, so if you decide to purchase one of those exhausts from us, because we will eventually put that on the website to sell, you can have an idea of what you're looking forward to having to do, because obviously it is a coverless exhaust system. So yeah, let's pull the blue truck in and get started on it. All right, baby, let's go. Oh, she's a happy Sambar. So let's go ahead and pull this into the old carport. Watching out for patitos. There's one patito. There are a couple patitos up there. Midget and Gimli. Alright, should probably pay attention to what I'm doing. Sucker in out of the cold. All right, that's pretty good. Goodness gracious. Thinking I might let's see, there we go, I'll take it off fisheye. I'm thinking I might actually take the lift off of this thing. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Let's see, can we get fisheye? The lift is so, like, there's so much stress on the suspension, and it's just, I don't know. It's not good for the CV axles. I mean, I guess that angle isn't too bad. It's more of like the rear. It does kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I'm debating, because it is kind of rough, and sometimes the axles do get a little bit bound up, and I feel it bind up, and it's just kind of like, ooh, like, I don't like it. Plus, this thing on these Sparcos, I mean, obviously, those are 15s, and these are 13s, but could get some nice tires for this thing and really get it low, like even cut some lowering springs and get this thing dropped on the ground. That would be pretty sick, and a lot less wear and tear on your CV axles and all that stuff. So anyways, let's start taking the exhaust off, take the rear cover off, disconnecting license plate lights, reverse lights, and yeah, we'll just start attacking this thing. So, I mean, the main reason I really want to change the exhaust on this thing anyways. Is this, the exhaust system that's on it right now is original, has a pretty wicked exhaust leak. It's shooting black sooty smoke inside, and getting stuff kind of black and nasty in there, and it just needs to be replaced. I do have my exhaust system from my white KS4, so if I end up wanting to, I don't know, switch it out, I could put another exhaust system on here that's going to be good, but this one is garbage. It's got leaks all over it, and bubblegum welds all over it, because obviously someone tried to fix it in the past. And plus we got the red valve cover and the blue wires and the stuff, and might as well just show it off. But what I would like to do is build a custom little plate, maybe like up here or something, for the reverse light. And then obviously my license plate will mount up to one of these hangers. And yeah, I'm just contemplating on if I'm really in the mood to do this, but we might as well. The sun is out and we're gonna take advantage of the weather, so let's do it. Okay, so first we're gonna start by getting wires disconnected. So that can go up. We're going to disconnect. Reverse lamp, that can come through here. Here. So I'll take this wiring and we'll zip tie it up and out of the way. So now we can take off the 12mm nuts and bolts holding the, I think we want to take these ones off. Let's see, we want to take these ones off first. No, we want to take these ones off first. You want to take the left side off first because they're nuts on threaded studs. So then when we take this side, it doesn't fall down. We can hold it, and that side will, and then we can pull it off. I'm sure that didn't make any sense, but visually you'll see it in a second. So this side just drops down. This side slides off. Okay, there's our engine cover. So I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't a fan of removing their rear engine covers, and that is totally okay. There's people who ask a lot of questions like license plate. Where do you put your license plate? Well, I bolt it, I screw it back up in here underneath, and if there are, see, here's the thing. I live in a small town in Washington. Now, in this small town, I don't think there's a whole lot of, I know there is enforcement of rules, but I'm not out being stupid or doing anything or causing anyone to think, you know, I'm doing anything suspicious or of that nature. Let's just put it this way. I drove around in one of my imported vans for 2 or 3 months without a license plate. So if I have this license plate up here without a license plate light on it, I'm probably going to be okay. I don't have a reverse light, so I will try to figure out where to mount that, but I don't on my white truck, and I usually just make sure that I'm, you know, aware of my surroundings, so people can know that I'm backing up and I'm not, you know, gonna catch anyone off guard. But I mean, it really just depends on the rules. I mean, these exhausts technically wouldn't even be legal in, well, quite a few places. Certainly not California. We're deleting the catalytic converter, so it's not going to pass any kind of smog or any inspection when it comes to, you know, the exhaust. So the exhaust and all this stuff is not for everybody. So if you have any doubts or you're asking me questions about it, the legality of this kind of stuff, then it's probably not gonna work for you. But for me, like I said, in the small town of Buckley, and just, you know, there's guys driving around with no exhausts on their car, and they're loud, and they have it set up so they pop and literally just like sounds like gunshots. There's quite a few of those guys around here, and as far as I know, they're not getting in trouble because they're still doing it. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying, you know, go out and do it. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing and everything is okay. It's okay. Garage.com. So yeah, I'm just gonna again put my license plate up there. I can rig up a light if I want to. I can build like a small tab right here maybe for a reverse light, so I can continue to use this style reverse light. Or you could possibly get something that would maybe fit in this pocket right here, maybe knock that tab out, because this is like a tie down. I'm not tying anything down. So you could essentially use this hole and just put a really bright LED in there, so when you hit, you know, when you get in reverse, a light right here shines really bright. You could get creative. That's the great thing about these trucks. Or I have a backup beeper. I can just plug my backup beeper back in, and, you know, people will definitely see me backing up. So with that said, this bumper is not in good shape at all. It was obviously hit at some point. We're cracked here, we're cracked over here, we're all bent and wonky. So it just gives me a reason to remove this bumper, because I mean, if your bumper's all bent and cracked and crappy looking, I mean, it really kind of takes away from the look of your truck. But if you got something sexy going on back here with the red valve cover and your headers and your exhaust, you know, that's gonna make your Sambar look way better already, because you don't have some busted, haggard up bumper in the back that, you know, is taking away from the overall look of the truck. So anyways, we're gonna set this aside. Okay, hopefully someone's been doing some bolt sacrifices and praying to the bolt gods, because these bolts right here are probably going to put up a big fight. These are the hardest ones. They usually are rusted and welded into the manifold. So I'm going to throw some penetration lubricant on said bolts, and I think what I'll do is I'll take the old nuts and bolts for the bumper, and I'll just put them back in on the side. Since one side is nuts and the other side is a bolt, we're just gonna put them together like magic. And then that way, if we ever need to put this, I do plan on selling this blue truck at some point. So if that person really is set on having the bumper back, then I can put it back on. Okay, garage.com. Let's see if we can get some of these bolts out without breaking anything. They should be 12, but the problem is, they rust, and they take a couple sizes off, so they're almost feeling like 11s. Or I'm gonna grab another special socket and see if we can do it. Let's see if these this worked at all. Nope, of course not. Ooh. That one just came right out. Interesting. It's like not even a 12 millimeter anymore. I might have to grab a standard. Oh, no, that one came out. That one did not. This one probably won't. Oh, goodness gracious, that one did too. Holy cow. I'd say 4 out of 5 bolts is pretty good. This one, however, I'm gonna have to try to get a standard socket. So, looking like a 7/16, 16 point or whatever multi-point is. Let's see if that grabs it. Oh, man. It's our lucky day. Yeah. It's our lucky day. Come on, heat shield. So, come on, baby. So I do recommend this heat shield has definitely seen better days. I mean, it's a big old fatty crack. I do recommend some kind of penetration lubricant. PB Blaster. I got the WD-40 one. PB Blaster just seems to, for me, get everywhere other than the bolt itself. And then this one had this cool little tippy tip. Let's get this. There we go. Man, that's amazing. I had to end up grinding the ones off my van. They were stuck in there. Okay, so we're gonna take this heat shield off and work our way down to the other side. So if you're just tuning in and haven't seen it in my other videos, when you're doing your exhaust system, you're basically only gonna need 10mm ratchets and sockets, 10 and 12mm. And there's lots and lots of heat shields. So I ended up buying this brand new because it was missing the shield at man, that looks like that's broken. It was missing that shield, but here I am now taking it off. But this is interesting. This looks like it's let's see, that looks like it's separated. I don't know if that's leaking, but it's definitely the weld is definitely broken there. So this exhaust system is yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that works, but this exhaust system is done. So it needs to be changed regardless. I mean, it doesn't work. So what I'm gonna try to do is take the entire unit off as one and not have to disconnect here, because I want to try to keep that all intact. So let's again work our way down the line. Taking off. Let's see. Nope, I don't. I just went to go get my 1/4-inch snap-on ratchet swivel head, and it's missing. No, that's not good. So that means it probably ended up on a truck or bumper and I drove off. Okay, so you can get a 1/4-inch in this one behind the light. It's a little tight. Or you could just take the light off and go in through the light hole. We do need to disconnect our thermal plug sensor thingy mabobber. Okay, our grill is ready light. There we go. Okay, so So now we can take off all of the manifold bolts because I think that's ready to go. Good. Probably doesn't help that I have the long extension on there. Good. You'll only have 7 little nuts holding the manifold on. I call it the hot dog. Looks like a hot dog. Turns the color of a hot dog. About the size of a hot dog. Get that off. I will put high temp anti-seize on these threads here too, just in case, since I like to do a lot of removing and installing exhausts on these. Putting an anti-seize on there will certainly help you out in the future. Don't ask me what I'm doing with this exhaust. This one is going in the trash. This thing's got more than enough holes in it to be completely useless. Okay, we got one more. Our floppy hot dog manifold has been removed. Alright, let's see. Get this sucker out of here. Ay. Ay, caramba. Oh, here she is. Full of water. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, that motor mount looks a little, probably should replace this motor mount here. Let's see. Okay, so you got that off. Take a look at your motor mounts. That one seems to be pretty, pretty wasted. I think I'd say that one has seen better days. This one over here has probably seen better days, so we'll probably do motor mounts on this thing since that's now all exposed, which is pretty easy. That one's pretty easy to do. Easier than that one. That one takes a little bit of finagling. But yeah, let's get the exhaust on there now. This one is about due for an oil change. I have not put enough kilometers on it, but it's almost been a year. Okay, so I got my high temp anti-seize. Put some of that on the threads here. Now, let's get our moufles. I'm actually going to, let's see. Let's shine this one up. Nobody likes a dirty noise pipe. No one likes a dirty noise maker. All right. Okay, so let's put the gasket on. The manifold, the gasket. I do have a bung open hole here for the O2 sensor, so I have a bolt. Yeah, a plug I'll put in there. But I do not have it right now. I'll have to go get that. Bob Thornton's going on here? There we go. Are we hitting? We might be hitting something. Might be hitting a bracket on here. We probably have to grind it down. Looks like we're gonna have to grind this tab down. This was not made on my carbureted truck. This was made off of Scott's truck. So this tab must have been off on his, or we ground it off. So let me grind that off and then drag in. Okay, so got that tab ground down, and now I'm going to finish bolting up this header. I think what I'm going to do is maybe get one of the headers and have it sent off somewhere to get like a coating, like a Cerakote or whatever the heck they call it. Cryocoat, I don't know, some kind of coating so it protects the metal, so it doesn't start to change funky colors and, you know, rust and whatever, and maybe kind of keep the heat in there. All right, put the bung plug in. The old bung plug. And at some point, we can take this out, put one of those wideband O2 sensors in there, and see if we're running rich or lean, and can make adjustments on the carburetor, which is cool. We'll do that on the white truck. Those suckers seem to be pretty pricey, so I gotta wait till I got some extra money. But I did actually find one that was cheap. It looked like it was like 90 bucks or something on Amazon, but don't know how good that one would be, being so inexpensive. You usually get what you pay for on Amazon, that's for sure. Okay. Not hitting that tab anymore, that's good. Let's start her up. I'm sure it ain't gonna sound much different than all the other ones, but hey, it's always exciting to hear what they sound like starting up fresh. So let's see, let's get a good view. All right, see that all right? Yeah. It never gets old. It never gets old. sounds pretty good. I mean, they always do sound good. It's a Subaru, let's be serious. So yeah, it was a pretty chill video. I got asked by quite a few people what I was doing with the old exhaust. And I was like, let's just put it on the blue truck. Do something with it. Since this exhaust on this truck was shot anyways. So yeah, there it is. So again, eventually we're gonna start putting these up on the okgarage.com website for people to buy the Squid Pipe, and we'll do a deal with the header as well, so it's an all-in-one package. So yeah, it sounds great. This thing's about to run out of gas, so I should probably go put gas in it before it dies. But that is the blue truck. This was my first truck. Sambarita Chan, we call her. With the sparkles. But yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Not sure what we're gonna film next. I think we're gonna lift one of Scott's Sambar special Keiz, and we'll do a video on that. But yeah, take it easy, guys.